All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Comics from the Future, our Friday 1 p.m. show where we preview upcoming comics and you can pre order them with us. Thank you all for tuning in. As you get on, or if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, give us a comment, let us know you're here and love comics like us.
Yep.
So, yeah, let's get it going.
Okay, so every time we do this show, we do a giveaway. So last week's giveaway, we offered up Green Lantern 80th anniversary, a free copy. So we're gonna announce the winner for that, and then we'll get on to the next giveaway.
Mhm.
So who is the winner?
Drum roll. It is Tristan Sharp.
All
We'll see
right.
if you're watching this now, but yeah, you have won a copy of the Green Lantern Spectacular anniversary issue. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Tristan. And
Mhm.
if someone wants to win a comic this time, we have up Batman number 93 and the Matina variant.
Mhm.
So if you want to win this giveaway, all you have to do is reserve your copy with us, like our page, and share this video. We will announce the winner next show.
Yep.
So that's for Batman 93 and the variant. All right, I guess
We're almost ready to go.
Oh yeah, we got to go over Previews World.
Yeah, so what we go over in this video every week is just a sampling of the things we think are really popular, going to be the things people are seeking out the most, but there is a full catalog that you can go look at previewsworld.com/final orders due. Or you can just go to Previews World, go to catalog, and go to final orders due. They update this every Friday, and our orders are due Monday. Now, these comics will come out in about 3 weeks, and yeah, go take a look at what's there. You can send us a comment or a message, an email, a phone call, a smoke signal. Do whatever you need to do. Paper airplane. It's not raining right now, so get it. You can get us your order for anything on that list. So, all right.
I hope somebody tries to smoke signal.
Please.
People always say that, but they're not ready to receive it.
Yeah, how do you know when one's out there? Then they call you and say, "Hey, look up in the sky."
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Okay, well, while you guys are talking, I'm gonna share this video in a couple spots.
Okay.
So yeah.
Here's a comic everyone's going to be waiting for.
Yeah, what's going to be
For the
our
giveaway. Yep.
this week is Batman 93. So, as you can see with the cover, we're real close to that Joker War kicking off. So this is the last issue, or the climax of the designer story. And there's actually, if you go on Previews World, you can read. Well, there's no words, but you can look through, I think, 3 or 4 pages of this issue, and like 2 of the 3 are Harley fighting Punchline.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
this is going
awesome.
to be when you find out who reigns supreme in the Joker sidekick battle that we've
Oh
all
my
been waiting
gosh.
for.
Yeah.
Place your bets.
So this is going to be a big issue because, I mean, like I said, this is right before Joker War, and when Joker War kicks off, it's done. Batman's dead.
It's hard for me to, even though Punchline is new, a very hot new character, it's hard for me to imagine she just comes out of nowhere and can beat up Harley Quinn. Like, Harley Quinn's just...
Harley Quinn does too much talking and somersaults.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to have to sucker punch her. Or do
Yeah,
something
just
cheap
right out
at
the
that.
gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the Matina variant. So for all of you Matina fans out there,
Lord, what is going on in that? Wow.
I'll let
There's a lot to unfold
the viewers
there.
decide
Yeah.
what all these faces are.
That is creepy.
There's a lot going on here.
It's like you have to keep looking at it to figure it out, but, in a way,
Yeah.
you don't want to because it's creepy.
Yeah, the closer you look, the more horrifying it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And she's using those smoke signals. Just
Okay,
let us know.
see? Yes. I like the
Smoke-
purple.
the purple smoke.
Purple
signals.
smoke. Mm-hmm.
If it's Harley, she'd be doing it indoors.
Yeah.
All right, so not a lot of Marvel on this one. Marvel still has not ramped back up, but I do have one book. It is Marvel Snapshots Captain America. So a lot of people don't know what these snapshot books are. They are double-sized one-shots. So Kurt Busiek is writing most of them. He's known for Astro City. And he's working again with Alex Ross, who's doing the covers. Ross did all the covers for Astro City. So, I mean, just the cover alone.
It looks like a photo from right here.
Yeah. Great Alex Ross cover. So it's a series of 8 one-shots that highlight some of Marvel's greatest characters. So I believe this is the 5th one. They did one on Spider-Man. They did one on Fantastic Four. So now this one is Captain America. These ones, they fly under the radar, but then when people see them, they snatch them up. So this is a good one to pre-order if you like Captain America. It doesn't link in with anything. It is an original story. I mean, double size for $4.99. And then here is the variant, sort of. I'd say that's like a early Bronze Age.
I was about to say, it looks like
cover.
you grabbed an old cover and put it on there.
Yeah. So the villain in it is Mad Bomb. And Mad Bomb has this sonic weapon. He makes people go insane. Like, he can do a little one, it'll make everyone in a room go insane. But if he does a grenade, it can make, like, the whole city go insane.
Scary.
I guess Captain America has to fight him with his fingers in his ears or something. So, but anyway, so that is an offering from Marvel.
Before...
More Marvel.
Yeah, more Marvel.
Yeah.
I was going to say, real quick, before we get too far into things, we've already talked about how you can tell us what you want. You can put these things on your pull list. You get your regular discount with that. And this video is good until Monday. So if you're watching this Monday, you're good to order until then. So.
And if you like the video, share it and order Batman 93. It puts you put your name in the hat to win a free copy of Batman 93 and the variant. We will announce the winner next show.
It's so simple. Okay, you can
let's get to this beautiful.
Now, we've got something that has been long awaited.
Yeah.
Feels like
delayed.
Yes, we were talking about this a long time ago, but it's finally time to kick off Marvel's big event, Empire. Which, if you don't know, I think all they've had so far really is the prelude. And it seems like there is a truce being put together with the Kree and the Skrull.
I mean, that's definitely how the prelude ended.
Yes, and they come together because they both say, hey, we need to take this battle to Earth.
Yeah.
Our war's not between us, it's with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we have... the Empire Avengers #0. They're doing a Avengers #0 and a Fantastic Four #0. Those are like the 2 teams that are heavily involved in Empire. And apparently there's the Celestial Messiah that comes and is spreading his good news. But is it good news for the people of Earth?
Huh.
And they get a distress call from the moon.
Huh. So the Celestial Messiah, do we know, is he involved with the Kree and the Skrulls, or do
he
we
almost seems like maybe a combination of the two.
Huh.
And I know
kinda
coming
figured
up there's a Celestial Messiah one shot coming out too, I believe, in a few months. So they'll probably do that, but this could be the first appearance of him. We don't know.
Huh. It sounds like it. I liked how in the prelude it harkened back to the old Fantastic Four, where they tricked the Kree and the Skrulls into thinking that them working together could defeat all the heroes. Like, all the heroes pretended to get beat up. And then the Kree and the Skrull come together again. And, I mean, this is the current Empire storyline. And under the fact that, hey, when we did it, we won before. And somebody mentions, I don't know if you remember this, they're like, well, that was fake. And they're like... don't worry about that. Let's just let our people know that when we come together, we kick butt.
So this is going to be really cool, and if you're yearning for that big Marvel over-the-top action, I mean, this is pretty much the first time we've got it this year. Yeah. So this is going to be a fun one to jump into, and there's going to be a lot of parts, but this is going to be a really good place to start.
And I see we have a variant cover.
Yeah, and then we have the action figure variant cover. For all those people who want to get their 2-pack figures of Captain Marvel and Reed Richards. Don't know why those two come in a pack together, but
I'd assume it's by probably John Tyler Christopher.
He is the master of making action figure variants. So yeah, this one is really cool for all those people who've been collecting them since he started with Star Wars and everything. He's been knocking the action figure variants out of the park.
I've been selling those on our other live show, Sunday at 1.
Plug.
Sounds like a plug.
Plug. Which we will be doing this Sunday. That's true. All right, next up we have something pretty exciting. This is a new Image ongoing series called That Texas Blood. It is by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips, who I tried to look into this. I'm assuming this is Sean Phillips' brother, because Jacob Phillips, as you can probably tell from the coloring here and the work here, is the colorist on the Criminal series. So it's definitely got that mood.
It is his brother.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
thanks for telling me. So yeah, like I said, this is a new ongoing series from Image. It is a mature neo-western crime series, and I just have to read what it says. So this is like a description of it, and there is a preview available as well. The story kicks off when the search for a casserole dish. That's where all stories
strong
start.
beginning.
Yep.
A search for a casserole dish leads to a dark, intense confrontation on Sheriff Joe Bob Coates' 70th birthday. So I'm assuming that's our sheriff character here in the Image. So
Sounds like it's based on a true story.
yeah, it sounds very Fargo-esque.
But where
to
is
me.
the casserole dish on the cover?
I think we're gonna see it.
They don't know where it went.
I have to say, Richard, if you're watching this later, I got to see the preview, and there's just some phenomenal lettering in here. It's, I talk about those all the time. There are some things that use the medium of comics really well, and based on the preview, I think this does it. So I'm excited for the series. We have a variant with this as well, and it is the Sean Phillips variant.
Oh,
so
wow.
there you go. Just get that whole family connection with these. So
Is
yeah.
that person burnt up, or is it just a shadow across them?
I can't tell.
That
so
is
If you were to
really
tell me
cool.
that's a book about a casserole, I would not believe you.
It might be like a radioactive one he just ate.
Yeah.
So yeah, this store and a lot of the folks who shop here, we absolutely adore the Criminal series, just this sort of style. So we're definitely going to be ordering up on this. So if you want to add it to your pull list or just check out the #1, shoot us a message. We'll hook you up.
Now this is a super cool one.
Yeah.
This is Firepower by Robert Kirkman. It's his next big. Anytime Robert Kirkman puts something out, it's big.
Yeah.
Like once Walking Dead hit, he's shoots right up to the bestseller list.
Yep. Like Oblivion song.
Like
right?
Oblivion song and my favorite Invincible. And this is Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney, who, if you've read his stuff, he's worked a lot on Daredevil. He worked with Mark Waid on, I believe, Black Widow and Captain America. Great stuff. But what's really exciting about this is, look, I've got one. I've got it right here.
Advanced retailer copy.
I got an advanced retailer copy, so I have read this. And what's cool about this is the issue 1 is a trade. It's a $9.99 trade.
Right.
So this trade is almost, you would call it like an issue 0. It's a prelude to the story coming. So this will be your first appearances of all the characters are in this trade. And then after this is over, we get an issue 1. And I was reading about it, and Robert Kirkman basically said, it's really hard for people to get hooked on a new series when you only have, 22 pages or 30-something pages.
Right.
He said, I want you to read this, graphic novel and fall in love with these characters, and then we kick off into the series. So this is going to be $9.99.
Wow, that is a great price too for a full graphic novel. Just $10 to get into it.
Yeah.
The way Kirkman does comics is so cool. Like he breaks tradition.
Yeah.
He's always, kind of circumventing what you think. Like when he did the Die and sent out the issue 1 without any
No one
word
even knew
or
it
anything.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a awesome story. If you like that classic kung fu movie trope of I'm searching for this Shaolin temple in the Himalayas that's going to teach me these sacred arts, and that's what it's all about. But with a Kirkman twist, there are some little bit of superpowers with being able to shoot fireballs, and
Awesome.
people are there training to learn how to do this. But yeah, if you want to get into the series, this is where you start. You don't wait for the issue 1. You need to read this because this sets up all your characters, your plot, kind of the world this inhabits. And I read it and I loved it. It's probably one of my favorite things Kirkman has done since Invincible and Walking Dead. I just was hooked from it, and it could be that oversized.
Yeah.
I knew the characters when I got out of it. I remembered their names, everything. So
I don't know if I believe shooting fireballs is a superpower, because I believe that Tibetan monks can do it.
oh yeah, that's how they keep warm. So can't stress enough. This is one you need to pick up.
Absolutely. All right. So next we have. You need some vampires in your life. I know you do. All right. So this is a new ongoing series. It's called Bleed Them Dry. It's set in the year 3333. Whew. That's a long time.
Good year.
Now.
Good year.
So in this world, vampires are real and they live peacefully alongside humans, but they are small in numbers, and someone is now murdering these vampires. For what reason, we do not know. So a couple detectives have to go on this hunt to find out who is doing this to this community, and of course they uncover a larger mystery to be determined. So if you like your vampires on the side of crime and detective stories, this is the one. So we have a few covers for this. That was the A cover, and this one is the Nathan Gooden variant, and we have the Adam Gorham variant. So let me know if you want one, all, either, some, but not none. Don't tell me that, okay? So
That covers like crazy Blade Runner.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Man,
So-
vampires always getting murdered.
Yeah, I know. Poor guys.
And they're already dead once.
They're already dead. They really have to put them through that again.
So continuing on with the indie books, we have Sleeping Beauties from IDW. This is issue 1 of 10. I like it when they have a maxi series and they
Mhm.
announce that.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10 issues. So this is based on a Stephen King novel that he wrote with his son Owen King.
Ooh.
So a lot of people know Stephen King's son Joe Hill,
Mhm.
or that's the name he
Yeah.
goes by. His writer's name has been big in comics. Well, maybe Owen King might get involved now. Now they're not writing the comic; they wrote the book that
Right,
it's based
yeah.
on. So you know it's going to have some cool source material that they're playing around with. So the premise is there's this sleeping sickness that falls across the world, but it only affects women for some reason. Meanwhile, there's this one woman who starts wandering through the woods, leaving carnage in her wake, who calls herself Eve. And it's just sort of a mystery of who she is, how does she figure into this. There is also a variant by Jen Woodall.
Cool.
This is interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Me next.
And then a decapitation.
With the title, that title is
Yeah.
not playing around.
So yes, this is Pits of Hell. It's a graphic novel from Ibisu Yoshikazu.
Nailed it.
Hope I said that right. Okay, it collects 8 stories that were originally published between 1969 and 1871. Now, this is a writer and creator story, and from what a little bit of research I did, there's 8 stories in here, and it is this author and artist kind of created this style of manga that's a little more grotesque. It's a little more just irrational and anti-realistic. It's antisocial, as you can obviously tell from that cover.
That cover speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I, see this. It kind of seemed like he was, if you're a fan of Junji Ito, if you're a fan of some of this horror manga, that he sort of catapulted that style into being more mainstream. So this seemed really interesting to me. Like I said, it's a 8-story graphic novel. The price is $22.50. Get it for that weirdness alone.
I mean,
So
there's just certain people that is going to call out to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I am one of them.
me too.
I like all comics, but that's a comic with a large side of weird.
I think Shaky Cane fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
especially the
Okay.
coloring is
Mhm.
very
It's
flat.
flat.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, I just want to crack it open just to see what it's about, just see a
absolutely.
few pages.
Yeah.
So, all right. Next up, we have Dead Body Road, Bad Blood. It doesn't say Bad Blood. That is the subtitle to it. Maybe the next issue will. So this is a 5-part series by. It's being released by Image Skybound.
Mhm.
Skybound is Robert Kirkman's company. I tend to read the first issue at least of everything they do. I think that Kirkman's careful when he selects what comics are on Skybound. It is by Justin Jordan, who currently is doing Reaver, which I've really enjoyed. Reaver is a great team book for anybody who's checked that out. So the story to it is about a girl who is ex-military. She comes home and some local mob boss puts a hit out on her brother. So she has to use her knowledge and all to try to protect him. It claims to have pulse pounding action. So it's kind of a action, crime, revenge sort of tale.
Sweet.
It's just 5 issues. There was a previous one that was just called Dead Body Road. I think back from 2013. But this is a standalone. I think it's just set in the same universe. I don't think you have to have checked the earlier one out. And it only has this one cover. No
Wow.
10 variants or anything.
I read the original Dead Body Road.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big Justin Jordan fan, and yeah, it's I feel like you don't get that genre in comics too much. That kind of mob crime. You know, Brubaker does a lot of it, but he's
Right.
one of the few that tackles that. And Dead Body Road is a very straightforward crime book, but kind of set deserty. I think the other one was set in like Arizona or something like that. Really good. Justin Jordan, everything he does, I'm a big fan of. So
Yeah, it's good that, you know, certain writers and artists do comics that don't have superpowers occasionally.
Yeah.
And that's what this is for. And a lot of these miniseries end up getting turned into shows or movies. So. Oh, it's
What?
Andy's Toy Corner.
I did not choose that name.
That's what Megan's been saying.
Yes,
That makes me sound like I'm huddled in the corner holding like a bunch of He-Man figures.
You have a dunce cap on your head that says toys.
Thanks. Let's not get any. Let's not make that the logo. So I do choose these based on my interest.
Yeah.
So there is a, but I don't know any other way to do it. So last week we had Ed 209 from
Yeah.
Hiya Toys. This week we have the main man,
Mhm.
RoboCop from Hiya Toys. So this is a 4.5-inch figure, and this is based off of the 2014 movie,
Okay.
which had a really cool updated design to RoboCop. Especially you see there that he has his black suit that he begins it with, and then later he moves on to the more traditional like silver blue uniform. And like all of Hiya Toys, this is super articulated. The paint jobs on these are incredible, even though they're the smaller size. They are, you know, definitely not your the Walmart toy aisle type figures. These are your premium collector figures. I believe these come with alternate hands, like a lot of this kind of collectible figure does. The weapons, everything. So, and if you're planning on getting that Ed 209, you need his little buddy, RoboCop.
I thought we were going to say, you need Jack Skellington.
Yeah, well,
Segue.
with the toys, you can make whatever crossovers you want.
That's true, yeah.
So these are really cool because I remember when these originally came out. These are the Nightmare Before Christmas figures by Diamond Select, and they sold out everywhere. Nightmare Before Christmas has a huge following, especially now with it being on Disney Plus. There's a whole new generation of people discovering it. And so they did that line for quite a while. They are working on making every single character you've seen in there.
Wow.
All the background people, everyone in Halloween Town, they are making figures of. You'll see a little bit of that here in a second. But this is a great package if you didn't get on the original, that they are releasing this set of 3 Jacks. So you've got the Santa Jack, the Pumpkin King Jack, and their traditional Jack. All for, I believe, what, $75? And these are usually, you know, $35 figures roughly, 20 to 30. So this is a great deal if you are like, oh, I want to get into collecting. And you got to start out with the main character. That's how it always works.
Jack is so thin. I hope the material is tough because it just looks like...
It is very tough. I've seen these in person, and there's actually articulation. His little knees have knee
Oh
joints.
my goodness, that's awesome.
Cool.
You could also probably pick your teeth with them because they are so,
They're so
thin. And these are the sets I love because my favorite part of the movie is the background characters like the mayor or Lock, Shock, and Barrel. And they are releasing these individual figures too. Series 1 is $24.99 a figure. And these come in the big boxes, big window display boxes. So if you didn't want to take them out of the box, they are beautiful to display in box too. Here's another one that you get Sally, and you can get the Pumpkin King Jack by himself, or is his name Finkelstein?
I think so.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
right.
Again, they all are super articulated, really, really cool. About 7 inches tall. Jack may be taller than that. I'm not sure.
Just in time for Halloween. I guess we should say with the toys too that a lot of these don't release until later in the year. I think actually the RoboCop ones don't release until next year.
Right.
So they have to get their
yeah.
orders in and make these kind of custom. That's what they do. So
That's why, especially when they come out, the people who order them get them, and then people put them on the secondary market, and the price at least doubles.
right. So that's kind of why that happens.
Yeah, so you got to get these early.
So I have a question. So for the $24.99, is it for those three, or is
It's
it per each?
per figure. So
I
that's
thought
why
so.
the
Just wanted to
3-pack
clarify
of
that.
Jack is a little bit more.
Right.
Right.
And
Okay.
then
I think that's it.
Yeah.
All
there you
right.
go.
That's your
We're back to-
toys. So yeah, we are back to the beginning in a way. So if you guys liked what you saw, or if you want to see more, go to Previews World. That's where you can also check out those previews we talked about. Get a little taste if you're not quite sure you want to commit, and check it out. So just go there, go to catalog and final orders due.
And like we mentioned earlier, a lot of the books on there do have preview pages. They'll have a little like orange bar above the cover, and you can click on them and check them out if you're wondering about what the interior art's going to look like or whatever. There's usually 2 or 3 that have that.
I would like to mention, however, that when comics got
Yeah.
behind by a
Right.
couple months,
Yes.
we have noticed that there's been some mistakes on the previews page.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, right now, they have Batgirl 46
and 48,
and 48
but not
up.
47.
So that's why we didn't bring up Batgirl 48,
Yeah.
because obviously it's a mistake.
So your best bet with some
That's
of that
right in
stuff,
the middle of Joker War,
Yeah.
and we haven't even gotten there
your
yet.
best bet with some of that stuff is to, if you see, we're just talking about Batman 93 today. If you see Batman 97 on there and you want Batman, just add the whole series to your pull list, and that's the best way to get some
we'll
of
make
that.
it work.
Yeah,
we
even
will.
if the dates change around a little bit, we'll have a note in there that says you want this when it comes out.
Yep.
Yeah. and
So
I think a few more weeks it'll all get ironed out.
right.
So-
Once all the dates catch up to each other and they've had
Yeah.
time to work them out. Yeah.
All right, so I want to remind everybody, if you're watching this later, you can still be a part of our contest to win Batman number 93 and the Matina variant. You just have to like the video, share it, and order a copy from us. And if you win, you get them for free.
Yep.
And we will announce the winner next week.
Friday.
Yep, at this show, Comics from the Future at 1 p.m. I'd like to remind everybody we do a Sunday show where we sell comics, all kinds of stuff, honestly, graphic novels, from Silver Age up.
Yep.
That's Sundays at 1 p.m.
Quick question. So
Yeah.
if they pre-order the book, do they need to pre-order the main cover and the variant, or
Either
just
one.
Either one.
If they put an order in for Batman, it gets their name in
So-
the hat.
That's a way you can win both by just ordering one too.
Yep.
So
But if you don't win and you only order the one and then you wanted the other and we don't have enough,
that's true.
All right, let's not even get into that. Okay.
don't grift my system.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Reach out to us if you have any questions or want to place an order. We'll be back at it next Friday at 1 p.m. So we hope you have a great Friday, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Adios.